Welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. In the last session, we talked about how to normalize between departments so that nobody gets undue advantage of an easy manager or gets penalized because of a tough manager. Now let's talk about an individual. How do you evaluate an individual? And evaluation has to be a very serious exercise, not left to the whims and fancies or likes and dislikes of the manager. It has to be very transparent and open, and thus it becomes a very team building, it's a very motivating exercise. If it's not done, then it's a demotivating exercise, creates a lot of sulks. So what is the first thing that one needs to do so that you have a very good evaluation? First thing is to sit with the individual and write down what does the individual expect to perform in the current year. What are the key results areas? What are the tasks that he or she will perform? And in what time period? Having got that out of the way, then you say, okay, you've done this. How do you know you've done a good job? What do you expect from the results of these jobs that you're doing? So you not only have a job that these are the tasks that I will perform, but this is what I expect to do. Now this is done at the beginning of the year. So sure enough, there'll be some tasks which you may not want to do at that time because the priorities change or some new tasks come in. It's something which I recommend. You don't go back and change your tasks. You stick to that, keep it there. But say, okay, this is now on low priority and I will keep in abeyance. This is a new priority that's come in because of whatever issue is happening in the company or in the department, and this I will do, which is outside my key result area. So you do that. At the end of the year, you sit down and write down in your own mind, how have you performed against each one of them? How did you fare in terms of the results that were expected when you set this up? In a lot of organizations, right, you review this midway in the year, halfway, okay, how are you doing? And if at that moment it is felt, you revise your KRA for the rest of the year. But that's not a normally done thing. You just make it for a year and stick. So that becomes your yardstick. Now, having got this, you sit and analyze where you went wrong, where you did what you did, and where you failed. Then you write down, why did you not deliver? You did not deliver because, right, you got 2 other jobs given to you which were very high priority and therefore you had to sacrifice something. Or you did not deliver because some other department was to do something and you take it to you, give it to you, and they did not do. Or you're supposed to get an equipment for doing this, but the equipment did not happen. Whatever is the reason, you write down. And then say, in your own mind, honestly, was this reason controllable or not controllable? When did you find this out? And what should you have done when you found out this is not going to happen? Did you tell your boss? And did you get it reorganized? So this is the way you think. Now you go and sit with the boss. Boss should do exactly the same exercise from the boss's point of view. Now you have done from your point of view and you have given yourself rating as very good, very good, very good, 5 out of 5. Now you go to the boss and the boss has done from his. The boss would then ask you, overall, how do you think you have performed? And you say, very good, sir, A. And he said, I doubt you're more closer to a C. That's the thing. So you go through and say, okay, let's go through each point. Now the boss says, in the eyes of the boss, how much you have done correctly or not done correctly. And if you failed, where you have failed. So you have a very open discussion about the performance. Where you have failed, what we have done, and what can the company and you together do so that you overcome this for the future. So this becomes not only an exercise in evaluation, it also becomes an exercise on your requirements of training, job, or your own interest. You say, I got this, but this I found very boring, I didn't do it. So going forward, can I get something else? So you have an exercise where he or she tells you what they want, expect, and you what you want to do. You take this and then say, okay, what do you want? Where do you think yourself going next year or the next 3 years? So you can come to know what is the person's ambition. It's important to know, because once you know this, then you can create your own organization, you can create your own team, and set your own targets. Because the person's ambition is not in sync with your ability to give him or her that ambition, there's going to be a problem. So you understand that. Then you say, okay, to make that happen, what do you think you need from the company? What do you think you will do? And the person might say, well, I need training, and I need soft skill training. I need training how to look at our people, right? Or how to evaluate people, or how to write reports. Or I might take training on a new skill that's coming, or I need training in a new area in the company. I need to get some training in accounting, in finance, in marketing, whatever. Right? So you then say that. So then a training requirement will come out of this. So the whole document at the end, right, does that, and then the actual increment becomes a mathematical thing. It just flows from the formula where you've got. As a result of this, also you are now ready for a promotion. If so, where do you think you should go? If the guy says, yes sir, I'm ready for a promotion, I think I should go in this. If you agree with him, you say, okay, yes, let's see. If you don't agree, you say, no, I don't think you're ready. You still need these skills. And he or she may agree, may not agree, but at least you're having an open discussion. So, very important in an organization for a manager to have an open discussion with his or her first level of report. Set their perceptions and expectations right at the beginning of the year, so that you know what you're comparing against, and then you sit and compare with that. Now, if the manager and you don't agree on the appraisal, then the person has the right to go to one level above and then put his or her case, and then decide whether you should be getting that rating or not. So the person in the organization gets this feeling that this is a fair organization, I will be given a fair chance, I will be heard, and I will be recognized for what I have done, and not for other extraneous factors. That is a great help in retention. Next session, we will talk about retention. So in summary, it is very important to have a very good appraisal system, because that becomes a motivating factor, it becomes a big builder, it gives you a lot of outputs, and also it sets the perception right. Set it up in the beginning of the year and keep supporting the person so that he or she meets those targets. With that, it's Veer Sagar saying thank you very much till we meet again next time. Bye.